All the men I know just want to work. If you ask me what I want to do when I wake up, work. What am I doing on Sunday? Work. All I do is work. All the women I know just want to have fun. And fun is where the problems come. All the fun is the sin and the haramities, the garbage. Fun is danger, right? So it's the same. You have a nice Ferrari, you have a Bugatti, you want to drive it really fast, you're well known in your city, that's problems. You want to go out to the club and hang around with a bunch of girls, that's problems. Anything you do once you get rich, they're going to use against you. So you're saying, how do you get rich without ending up in trouble? Well, then what's the point in being rich if you're just going to sit in your house and behave? Like, what's the point in being rich if you're just going to sit in your house and lock the door and be scared of everything? True. If you're a rich person and you go out and you go to a nightclub or you go to a restaurant or you try and talk to a girl on Instagram, that's enough. That's a case. That's it. It's done. Yeah. There's so much work for you to do as a man. I don't know how people even... I barely sleep, and I never not work, and I never lay in. I'm never lazy. And I don't understand how people don't work all of the time. And when I say that, people say, well, work on what? I don't know what to work on. Bro, you need 10 passports, you need 25 bank accounts, you need shell companies, you need a trust fund, you need to make some money, you then need to move that money away, you need multiple places to live, you need a place for your children to live, they need a trust fund. You have stuff to do. Yep. And people are just sitting around doing nothing. It's mind-boggling to me. If you give some homeless bum who just stole a car a speeding ticket, he doesn't care. And if you give a billionaire a speeding ticket, it never even arrives at his house. Yeah. It ends up going to some foreign shell company in the Cook Islands that owns the Ferrari he's borrowing. So only in the middle you get screwed by the law. So they try and keep everyone in the middle. That's what they do. So they'll pretend they want to help homelessness and pretend they want to help people at the bottom to elevate them up to this middle class where they can wreck them. And they also drag everyone from the top down as much as possible because they want them in the middle so they can wreck you. And all of the laws are made with this in mind. So if you're going to be truly rich, like I am, and also what I did, my capital crime was preaching freedom and inspiring freedom. The reason they dislike me so heavily is because I inspire freedom amongst the populace. Yeah. Young boys look at me and go, I don't want to do the things the Matrix tells me to do. I want to be like Andrew Tate. I'm a symbol of resistance. I'm a symbol of masculine imperative, and I'm a symbol of freedom. And they find me scary for that reason. And when they want to, I mean, they can't put everyone in jail, right? And they want to keep the population enslaved. So what they're thinking is, if we chop off the head of the snake, if we get rid of Andrew Tate, our job will be easier. Yeah. But unfortunately for them, it's not working so far. So they're gonna have to assassinate me. Oh, trying to be successful. I'm the worst person in the world. Andrew Tate's trying to be successful. Quickly, put him in jail. Once again, matrix attack, mind garbage. They're trying to enslave people. Don't be a kickboxer. Don't get up every day, go running, train hard, get strong, be brave, enter the ring, honorable combat. Don't do that. No, don't do anything of significance. Because if you do anything of significance, you're trying to become famous. That makes you a bad person. How dare you be significant? Significance and fame are the same thing. I think it's the masculine imperative to be a man. What does a male peacock do? It shows its feathers. Hi, look. Yeah, I'll kick the shit out of you. I'll kick the shit out of you. I'll see you on February 10th, pussy. Of course. What does that make me? Does that make me fame hungry? It's just God. What they're hoping is that some kid will sit there and go, okay, so if I try to be anything that's bad, I'll just sit and be a matrix slave. That's what they want. What's funny is I don't think anybody believes these clowns anymore. I don't know who is watching the BBC and believes a single word they say. I guess the boomers, the old people, but mainstream media is dying. I've been a huge part of the attack on the MSM. I've been a massive part of the crack on the Matrix, which is why they hate me so much. That's why they're trying to get rid of me. I've never watched that documentary. The funnest thing about it, this thing is great. The amount of haters and the amount of documentaries, the amount of garbage that's made about me, I've never watched any of it. And I kind of find it interesting, even as we speak right now, and I'll say this publicly, as we speak right now, the UK is trying to put me in jail. England, because Romania has failed, so England is picked up. And England's coming up to me with all this garbage, and they're going to try and charge me soon with some imaginary crimes.
Maybe that's why they'll drop the documentary.
Well, there you go. Yeah. Of course, because you have to poison the public's mind.
Yep. To believe that you are this evil guy.
Right? So the UK is trying to put me in jail. And I'm saying this now on this podcast. Everyone listen to me. The UK is coming next. Romania's failed. UK's picked it up. And as the UK try and put me in jail, I sit and I wonder. I say, imagine being a prosecutor. I probably shouldn't say this stuff. And you get paid, I don't know, $3 grand a month or whatever, $2 grand a month. You're sitting there just looking through my whole life for months. Made money. Oh, that's a lot of money. That must be a crime. Ferrari. Oh, that's a crime. Oh my God, he has a nice watch. Crime. And it's just sitting there. The obsession And for like 6 months, just sitting there,
Just analyzing
obsessed.
everything, yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird that there's all these full-grown adults with this much obsession, making documentaries, trying to take me down, prosecutors in dark rooms going through my life trying to take me down, ex-girlfriend blowing up my phone when I don't reply to anymore. Like, everyone's just like, it's weird. And I just wake up going, there's so many other people's lives which are just intertwined with mine, or obsessed with the idea of trying to be involved in mine. It's actually very weird. I don't know who made that documentary. I don't care. I'm not gonna watch it because it's garbage and my time is valuable. And everything they produce is garbage.
Yep.
And the idea that they're gonna say that trying to become significant in the world is a bad thing because they see it as chasing fame. No, I see it as becoming significant. Did Genghis Khan chase fame?
No.
Well, I mean, he just wanted to conquer the world.
Yeah, but he became famous because of that.
And now we know his name.
Yeah.
And the people who didn't want to conquer the world, guess what happened to them? They woke up, the matrix-minded slaves from back then, the people who watched the BBC of those days, and they woke up and said, I don't want to be a bad person. I want to be a good person. I don't want to chase fame. And what they did is they sat there on their little chair and waited for the marauding horde of the Huns to come over the hill and chop their head off. And that's what they did, and they died a nobody. So the people who didn't chase fame got murdered, and their women got stolen from them, and the ones who did chase fame had empires.
Yeah.
So whoever that dipshit who made that documentary is, I would sit with him and argue with him to end of earth. But the funny thing is, I guarantee if I were to sit across from him, he's a dummy, he's probably a bit slow, he's matrix-minded, and he's an idiot. And nobody believes what he says anyway. So I'm flabbergasted these people say these things without embarrassment or remorse. I'm such a professional and so hard on myself. If I said something so asinine, I would feel genuine guilt. I would have to issue some kind of public apology. These clowns just go through earth talking crap and never even look in the mirror and go, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot and nobody believes me. It's crazy. But I guess this is part of the propaganda campaign because the UK is now ramping up its legal attack on me and they want to put me in jail for some reason because Romania's failed, so now they're going to try. So they're going to try and poison public mind first, which makes it another thing interesting. I'm going to say this on the podcast because why not? People say to me, oh, you're in Romania, you're going through the Romanian legal system. Isn't that scary? Do you think it's corrupt? And I say, well, the Romanian legal system is not as politically charged as the West. Do I have a fairer shot in a UK court where members of parliament discuss how I am dangerous and should be in jail?
I mean, they've already banned you from schools and stuff like that.
Do I get a fair trial in England? Tell me. I walk into the English court, trial, judge, law, because that's not subjective at all, of course. And I walk in there and members of parliament are saying I'm dangerous, and the news is saying I'm dangerous, the BBC is saying I'm dangerous, and everyone's saying I should go to jail. When I stand there in front of the judge and said, I haven't done anything, yeah, but you're Andrew Tate jail. What?
Yeah, what
Do I get a fair shot in England?
Yeah.
I doubt it. I heavily doubt it. Now, of course, all my boys are in jail, so it'd be easier than Romanian jail. I mean, it's nothing. I've done the hard work, so it's like Butlins compared to what I've been through. But do I even get a fair shot? And then you go further down the rabbit hole and you realize that at the highest echelons of fame and notoriety, the whole legal system is just theater anyway. None of it's fair. This is a question for everyone at home. If you're guilty or innocent can affect the general consensus of a populace, or if it can affect the reputation of a country, or if it can affect the way certain issues are viewed by the masses as a whole, do you think they care about you going to jail for a little while, or do you think they care about giving the right verdict for their agenda?
Their agenda.